Okay, let me click go live over here on the Instagrams. Hopefully it works. Oh my goodness, it does work. How does it sound? That's amazing. Hi. Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm not sure who's all going to show up tonight. Hey, Jen. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. So we're gonna let this. I know I'm a few minutes late, but that gives me a second to go grab this other deck, a couple other decks. Let me see. I think we're gonna use these and those. Oh, I want to have decks on hand just in case. Just in case. Oh my goodness. I know we were on last night. We had a great time last night talking about a lot of things. Not the least of which, hold on. Ooh. Not the least of which was the Uranus transit, which was really super interesting. Let me see how I can see. Is this not going live? Okay, maybe not. Okay, now I can see. Hello, everyone. Hello, Instagram. Oh, my goodness. No, that's totally fine. I totally get it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It was a really good. I meant to go in there and edit it today, but I just kind of had fun. I just kind of had fun. Hello there. How are you doing? So this is what we're going to do tonight. I probably should copy this information in, and I'm monitoring Instagram. I finally got on over there. So I want to talk I probably need to. Well, thank you, Marquita, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hang on, I'm gonna put on YouTube. I'm gonna put this on up here. So I'm gonna let everybody know how we're doing this today. So we're gonna be doing some readings today. I'm gonna post, all the information in order to be able to get a reading. No, we're not doing that, and we're editing this, and we're gonna copy this. So any Husenheimer, this is how we're doing it. Control C, Control V. So let me see. Delete. PayPal. Let me see if I can get the rest of that PayPal in here on Insta. Control C. Control V. Nope, I can't. So we're going to get rid of this. Delete. Post. Anyway, I also so we're going to do these readings tonight. And then, guys, I also just got done watching a video talking about how TD Jakes is he's filed a lawsuit in Northern California because he's these people have been creating all kinds of insane things. AI images and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that's a little crazy. That's a little nuts. And so he's trying to track him down. He's suing Google, who owns YouTube, of course. He's suing Google because he's y'all are just letting people post stuff, and that goes against all of your terms of service. You can't post anything you can't put anything in your videos or whatever without letting them know that it's AI generated. And you're not supposed to, Google, or should I say YouTube, is not supposed to be allowing people just to do crazy stuff like that. So I don't know. But again, thank you, Marquita, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Hey, Victory and me. So we were talking, and we were just talking last night about how this Uranus in Gemini transit, how it's going to be bringing up all kinds of insane types of communication. We're going to be, we're going to be seeing, more and more AI, but then also more and more like people trying to like fool us using AI, or, I'm saying, things that aren't real. Thanks. Sorry, it's because it's the birthday. My nephews are all reaching out. They're all reaching out. So I love them to pieces. They're so sweet. They love their auntie. Anyway, so there's that's going on. I have this scrolling across the bottom about the birthday reading. Hey, and hello, eccentric one over on Insta. Thank you very much. I wish, and hey, Abba Francois. So yeah, so that was kind of a lot of interest to me, as well. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see the Cash App, y'all. Oh my gosh, I am already slipping. I'm already sliding away on the and not paying attention to what's going on. That is just ridiculous, child. I need to be paying attention. Why can't I see what's happening here? Oh my gosh, Deshaun, thank you so much, Deshaun. Thank you for the birthday gift. And you tell me, listen, do you want a reading, darling? Let me know what you want. I am here for you. I am here for you. Okay, and Victory and me, I got you. I didn't see it before, love. I got you. Victory and me, you sent that in first. What kind of a reading do you want, dear? Thank you, sweetie. What kind of, whoops, a general. Okay, great. So everybody, I'm sorry that on Instagram, I can't put your comments up. Thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you. And I'll post in the chat. I don't know how well y'all can see these things in the Instagram. Can I pin this? Yep. Okay, I pinned that comment. We got it going on. I did see it. Thank you so much, Deshaun. That is very generous of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Victory and me, you said you want a general. I am going to pull, this is one of my favorite oracle decks, you guys, the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. This is literally one of my faves. And so I'm going to be using this one a lot tonight. You are a sacred creator and you can build the life of your dreams. So I'm going to be using these quite a bit tonight. And also, so my daughter that lives here, she was so sweet and she was like, Mom, I'm going to get Chipotle. Do you want some? It's my treat. I'm like, yeah, hello. So I got some Chipotle. Let me see if I can send this. Let me send this in. I want y'all to see, and we're going to talk about the spiritual significance of this in a minute. But I'm going to see if I can't. My cats are in there, like literally acting a plum lily fool. When I say they're acting an absolute fool in the other room, they're acting an insane fool in the other room. Okay. So I'm going to add this file. Oh, wait, I got to go to Slack. I'll add this in a minute. Victory, I'm about to do your reading. So just give me 1 second because I want to get this up so you guys can see what followed me back home from Cynthia's like 20-step walk. It was pretty insane. but I want to like blow it up a little bit too. And we're going to talk about the significance of it because this has been a very significant day. Also, gang, before I forget, do you guys know? I'm sure some of you knew this. I'm almost ashamed to say I did not know it. But did you all know the difference that there's a different astrological chart? Fly. There's a different astrological chart for your solar return. I had no idea that there was a different astrological chart for one's solar return. And I found that out from one of my clients. To which I was like, what? And so we're going to talk about that too today, okay? All right, here we go. I've got that uploading. So Victory and me, we're going to pull a Sacred Creators. Where's my deck? Oh, it's in front of me. We're going to pull a Sacred Creators card first. And then we're going to pull 5 cards, okay? Got to do this every day. And you're on the treadmill. Yes, good for you. Oh my gosh. Deshaun, let me tell you something. I'll put your shirt up in a minute. I am so impressed, like amazing that you are doing what you're doing. Like, that's just amazing. Okay, here we go. Picture me. Here is your, how do I set? I think I can set a chapter, can't I? I'm just learning like the new things that I can do in here. Community timestamps. Okay. All right. Hopefully that just set a timestamp. I'm not sure, but here we go. With the reading for Victory and me. Okay, we're going to pull a Sacred Creator Oracle to hear what is being said, and then we're going to give a whole general reading. Manifesting and doing. Let me see if I can do this too. Let me change settings. Oh, that's weird. I don't think I like that. But you can read it now, can't you? Yeah. Okay, well, I'll live with this. I'll live with it. Okay. Manifesting and doing. That's your card, manifesting and doing. And that is 59. So let me read you what it says. So evidently, Victory and me, you are meant to get into action. Hello, Anna. How are you, dear? Getting ready for the big day soon. Okay, here we go. Manifesting and doing. Okay. Making things happen, changing your life, consistent practice, communicating your intention, manifesting miracles, and tapping into your intelligent heart. Today's complexity is an illusion. Actualizing desire doesn't have to be difficult or elaborate. It doesn't need to take years to unlock. It certainly isn't meant to be restricted to a few lucky individuals. As a creator soul, it is your birthright to learn how to shape your reality, to manifest the wish and forge your future. Your will, your desire, and your action are natural manifestation tools that you've been gifted. So use them. Be consistent. Focus on this blessing. Take action. Align your energetic thought patterns with desires in your heart and allow it to be easy. Don't get so caught up in rules that may trap you into thinking you don't know how to do this properly. This card is here to remind you that you are a brilliant manifestor, Victory and me, and that you can accomplish this. Put your energy into doing the actual thing and creating because you're already ready. You're ready and already healed and already on the cusp of bringing this miracle into your life. Form your intention with certainty and clarity and let it pour out of your enlightened heart. Okay, So I'm not sure what you were supposed to be doing, child, but evidently it was a lot. Okay, evidently it was a lot, and you were supposed to be doing it. Okay, so what we're going to encourage you to do is we are going to encourage you. Okay, focus in on what it is you've been manifesting and know that it's already here, but you need to start acting, walking, working like it's already here. Let's get 5 cards for you and then get some. Oh, yeah. Child, you got 2 sevens already. Move this over here. Let me tell you what I did today, too. I did an amazing, just kind of personal solar return ritual that was so invigorating and so just, girl, you got 3 sevens. Let me show you what you got. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. We have the 7 of Cups. So there's been confusion. Deshaun, I'll answer you just 1 second. There's been diffusion, diffusion and confusion, there is now clarity. Where there has been diffusion, there is now clarity. Where there's been division, where there's been confusion, there is now clarity. You've been sowing all these seeds. And I think the issue is you've sown so many seeds that you're rather confused as to why they haven't actually come to fruition. But the secret with the moon here, the secret, you've always held the secret to their manifestation within yourself. You've been the secret key the whole time. You are being asked to not only change up the mindset, but also change up the heart set. What is your heart set on? And why is it that you don't seem to be able your heart is set on something that your mind is up, but your heart is doubting, and then that causes the mind to be anxious. So when you're feeling anxious thoughts and when you're thinking these thoughts, Victory Me, you know what I want you to do? I want you to write them down. I just saw this just yesterday and it helps so much. When that doubting thought, and this is for everybody, when that thought of doubt and frustration and unsurety comes about, you know what I want you to do? I want you to write it down, and then I want you to say, is this true? And if it is true, then why is this true? Like, when did this start? How did this become a thing? And then do you want this to be true for the rest of your life? And how would your life be different if this weren't true and you flipped it around and it was the empowering understanding rather than the hey SM Oracle, how are you, dear? Over on Insta, hello. If you can do that, right? And then if you flip it around to being empowering rather than disempowering, that helps to train your mind. And then it also helps to train your body, your being, in order to receive, right? Be ready to receive something that's empowering rather than pushing this away as a disempowering, limiting belief. Now, your heart truly does have a mind of its own because it has cells that are like brain cells, right? It does have cells, look it up, I'm not lying, that act like brain cells. So the heart actually does have a mind of its own. So if the heart, and what the heart wants, the heart gets. The heart is so much stronger of a manifestation engine, an organ, if you will, than the mind is. But we place so much energy in the mind that we just can't seem to figure out how to let the heart take over. But when you begin to release these images and things in your mind, then you get down into the deep and you change your mind so that you can change your heart. Hey, Corey, thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Jace. Hello. You understand what I'm saying, Victory Me? So then once you do that, then you stop stealing from yourself. The other thing that Spirit is wanting me to tell you is you've been stealing your own joy. You've been stealing your own happiness. You've been stealing from yourself because you have remained in confusion. You have 3 sevens. There is no reason on God's green earth that you shouldn't be walking in divinity at this moment. You have 777. I want you to look that angel number up, Victory, and me when we get done. Look up that number 777 and get that message. Because you have 3 sevens here. You're being confused because you've been putting in too many seeds. You need to decide internally on one and know that all of the growth necessary is within you and stop stealing from yourself. And then what I want you to do is protect your heart, 4 pentacles. Not only do I want you to protect your heart, but I want you to start sowing away those manifestations within you. Stop telling everybody, and I don't think you're really telling everybody, but literally I think for the next 7 days, I don't want you to share. Definitely with nobody like in the family or in your close, like in your circle. Don't share any of your manifestations with your circle. Because the circle, even if they believe in you, they may not believe in it. And that will kill whatever it is you got going on. Do you understand what I'm saying? And plus, you'll feel the energy of them saying, oh, she done thought this thing got you see what I'm saying? So that's what I need for you to do, okay? But you need to look up 777 for sure. You need to look up 777, that angel number, and because that's a definitely message to you. And then you need to manifest by doing and not just by thinking. Okay? Manifest by doing and release those limiting beliefs in the way that I told you. Okay, darling? All right. Thank you so much. Now, I have no idea. I know I'm supposed to be able to add chapters in this. Child, somebody needs to help me. No. Let me go back. Okay, and let me see if I can figure it out up here. Timestamps, reactions. That's a pain in my patooey. That's so weird because I saw it the other day. Okay. My grandbaby was trying to call me again. No, we didn't already talk. Okay. Thank you very much. Let me start answering some questions. I just want to welcome folks. You're very welcome, sweetheart. Thank you, Miss Mary. Thank you. Hello. Hey, Mystic Road. Thank you so much. Will love come in soon? I'm going to do this real quick for you. Will love come in soon? Because you do get a free yes or no question if you want further. Did you send a Cash App in? Because if you did, I haven't seen it because I was doing a reading. Just let me know, Mystic Road. Let me look. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, so let's look here. Will love coming soon? I just need a yes or no for Mystic Road. I need a yes or no. I need a yes or no for Mystic Road. And then Deshaun, give me your if you want a reading, please, beloved. So this is a definite yes, but I will also tell you, Mystic Road, it's not going to look the same. You need to open up your heart, your mind. Your mind seems to be shut off from, your mind seems to be shut off and shut down to new possibilities. You need to open up your mind, open up your, look at your list of yes or no. Look at your list. The pros, the cons, the can't do's. Look at that list and really review it for what's true and what's honest and what's good. What's true and what's honest and what's good. Okay? That's what we need to do. And not just grabbing whatever. I don't know how any other way to say it. But sometimes we can have a list of what do they call that? When you say I won't do, it's not undeniables, it's I don't know, whatever. Like where if you do this, if they have these kinds of qualities or whatever, like, you will absolutely not date them. And all I'm hearing is that you need to review that list. And not saying to accept anything toxic or anything, but you need to review that list. Okay? So yes, it will come in soon. Hey, Teresa, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Corey, again, thank you. I was just looking at our chats the other day, so you and I need to talk. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'd like lost track. Life happened. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm going to say this, and he's not going to like it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I want to publicly make this statement that Jace, over the last year especially, Jace has become such a, oh my God, do not start crying. Jace has become such a dear friend. And I don't know that I tell him that enough, or sometimes I think, I can be kind of a absentee person because I get caught up in my little, world over here. My bubble is comfortable, child. I like my bubble. I like my cancer shell. But Jace has been such a fabulous person and such a wonderful friend. And I never would have imagined, a couple years ago, I can't remember how long it's been now. We've probably been in each other's circle, 3-4 years now? Because I was still in Wisconsin. And I never would have imagined. But he really has become a dear, dear friend to me and a brother. So I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you checking on me, and I appreciate the support, and I appreciate even when you cuss me out and let me know that I need to do better, or I need to value myself. I appreciate all of that. I appreciate how you let the Lord use you, child, how you let the Lord use you. And I thank you, and I'm honored to have you in my life. So thank you, Jace. I appreciate you. He gonna be mad. Let me look, because I ain't even seen. Okay, he ain't said nothing yet, but he gonna cuss me out later on. Deshaun, what does the magician mean in the tarot? Okay. The magician can mean a number of things, but typically, I'm gonna read it from the Light Seers Tarot, because I will look at it. Basically, it's for me, it's you have the power within to manifest anything, like all of it's coming together, right? So here, and I know, Deshaun, you were asking me about tarot classes, and I do have a class. I just never put it back out there for sale. So the magician brings forth a powerful message of creation and potential. You are magic. You have everything you need to succeed. Badass manifestation energy from the cosmos, all the skills you require, they're at your fingertips. Beautiful creator, go create. Activate the magic in your veins by focusing your energy, willpower, desire, and actions. When you consciously step into your personal power and decide to shape the material world in this way, every breath in and every breath out is an opportunity to carve new meanings and new perspectives into reality. If you are unsure of your ability to create the life you desire, trust in the latest potential that resides within you, potential that resides within you. Feeling less than inspired at this time reminds you that it's time to find your muse, find your spark, find your why, with everything you need sitting in front of you like a giant universe cauldron. What is it that you desire to bring to life? And what can you do today that will bring it one step closer to reality? And I knew that was the reason I need to read, because that explains it very eloquently. Now, To me, it is right. You are the captain of your ship. You are the writer of your story. You are the director. You are the producer. You are the main character. You are not a side piece or a side thing. Okay, you are not an also ran. Do you understand? So what you need to do when the magician card helps you to understand that you need to embody all that you are, all the divine and everything that you truly are, and utilize it. Okay, and utilize it. Thank you, Miss Anna. Thank you. Okay, we were talking about the solar return chart. Chart about that now. Okay, and Deshaun, did you want me to give you a reading, beloved, as well? Um, Perfect. Hey, Miss Anna, thank you. What does Spirit have to say? Here we go. What does Spirit have to say? Let me give you an oracle for what does Spirit have to say for you. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. If you guys can, you can please feel free to use the Cash App or the PayPal links. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, what is the now? Okay, the now. That's what you got for your Sacred Creator Oracle. Where it is it? 47. Let me see what Sacred Creator says here. Time is always on your side, Anna. The universe has brought you right here, right now. So be here now. Nothing else is tangible. You cannot change the past, and you can only change the future by making changes today. So your now is always the only moment when you can actively inspire change. So go ahead, bunker down, and take a moment to enjoy a few full deep breaths. Notice the wonderful life you've already started creating, and trust that you have all the time you need. When you stop seeing time as something to work against, change can happen in the blink of an eye. Things shift quickly when you are aligned with the divine. Your miracle will flow into your life in perfect arrangement. So begin to act in a way that shows trust in its arrival. Bathe your present day in the experience of your success instead of looking to the far off future to finally realize your dream. What is it that you are trying to? I'm just going to trust that that is the message that you were needing to hear. Let's get 5 cards from Miss Anna, please. Let's get 5 cards from Miss Anna. Let's get 5 cards from Miss Anna. We're going to show this on stage. Let's just get 5 cards from Miss Anna. Oh, okay. Well, I'm definitely going to need to understand this. Nope. And I feel like I know you're shifting into something new anyway, right? Because you're shifting into marriage. Or the next chapter, I'll put that. But it feels like there's a bit of a shift. Either it's you're fighting it, or you're anticipating a fight that I don't think is going to happen. So here we have the 5 of Wands. So this could be the external, right? You're kind of battling other people. But one of the things I have always loved about the different depictions of 5 of Wands, what you see here is you've got one person that fell away. This person is trying to climb up there anyway, so they're really far behind. This person ain't really paying much attention to you. And plus, to me, it looks like this person is holding up. He's actually fighting on your behalf. So instead of fighting you for sure head on, the resultant is that he's because by him not fighting, he's actually supporting you. And then we have somebody that's jealous and wants to be you. Well, that could be it too. But I'm gonna just analyze this. Hey, Shakima, thank you, baby. Thank you. Time is something we never met. Absolutely, we need to enjoy the ride. Absolutely. So she says she's fighting her son to get a job. Okay, listen. Well, that explains this Five of Swords, because you're having a lot of arguing going on. I feel like your intended is not saying anything, right? Not trying to get into the middle of it. Your son, I don't feel like he dislikes your intended. There's a little underneath the surface, though, of just like when our sons go off and get married or get girlfriends and whatnot, they do feel some type of way when we go and get ourselves a man. Mm-hmm. Your intended's backing you up. Yeah. So your intended is over here. And I feel like this is your son. Now, I'm not saying your son wants to be you, but your son is used to being the light of your life. He's your everything, and there is none other. And he always knew in the back of his mind you're going to get married again. But I think, he just kind of told himself that day was not going to never come. So this is why y'all going through he's confused, but that's why y'all going through so much arguing, fussing and fighting. And it doesn't have to be real bad argument. It's just like, you see this, the energy that's back here. And the problem is that you're back here celebrating and he's up here going, well, now what in the heck am I supposed to do? The past is dead and gone. You can't change that. And the only way you're going to change the future is to stand in your ground and stand in who you are and your purpose. You are definitely, we talked about this last time, you're definitely meant to marry. You're definitely meant to marry this man. But your son's also going to have to find his way, and that's just a little difficult for him at the moment. You also got the Seven of Swords. So let's not, be sure that you don't, just be sure you don't allow him to steal your joy. But then also, maybe in the background you can do some meditation work and talk to his guides and talk to his angels and his ancestors, and then come visit him in his sleep and help him understand it's time for him to grow into the man and begin to reach his destiny. Begin to reach his destiny, begin to really sit and figure it out, right? He's super confused, and he feels like you're being taken away from him. I don't even know if he really recognizes it, but you all have been like this. It's just been you and him against the world, pretty much, right? So this is a lot. But the good thing is now the three of you can work together on this and really come together. So what I would encourage is a little less and a little more, let's see, right? So maybe it's finding alternative projects the three of y'all can do together. Finding some activities that maybe would lead to him figuring some things out. I don't know what he likes to do that y'all can all do together, but I think that would help quite a bit. And if your intended does have, well, see, he's not going to take that very well. In the background, right? Instead of like, here, why don't you apply for this job or this job or this job? He really just doesn't really know. So I would really just kind of encourage him to explore different options. Explore if he's into technology, like explore what an AI career could look like. Or right now, cybersecurity is huge and it doesn't take very long to get a certificate in that. Like that kind of stuff, just kind of help him to explore. But he needs to also feel safe. And that because as a result of you getting married, I understand that there's a male energy now and men are going to do different with young men than the mama. But help, like, just kind of bring it all together a little bit and so that he doesn't feel like he's going to get booted out the day after y'all get married. Because I'm picking that up, or like the week after. Okay. He's not sure. Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah. And, Metatron will guide him too. So this is, is he into computers? Is he into that sort of stuff? Technology? I mean, all kids aren't they? But is he into that technology? Yeah. I know that you tell him that, honey. But let me tell you something. Having been through this with an adult child, the adult male child, they don't always believe, like they know that, but they don't know that. So if he's into technology, encourage him to check out things like cybersecurity or different AI, I don't want to say certifications, but kind of certifications. That's like the future, right? And there's even things you can do like on YouTube or on Udemy or whatever. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Doesn't have to cost a lot of money. So, a 4-year college might not be for him. A 2-year college might not even be for him, to be honest with you. If he wants to work with his hands, yes, welders and electricians are in demand. There's so many things that he could do. So just help him. But the more you push, the less he's going to want to do it. Yes, I understand that. I think too, like while those are perfectly good trades, I don't think that's what he wants to do. I think the technology route would be very good for him. And he really should check into cybersecurity. It takes weeks to get that. And those are good paying jobs right away. Misty, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Yeah. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. So, while we're waiting and you don't push, he'll push back on purpose. Well, that's good. Listen, right now, anything you say could be considered a push, child. Anything you say. You're welcome. This is an interesting navigation. This interesting navigation that you're going to have to go through there. Okay. I want to show you all something. So I think, well, those you got to hear a little bit later. My daughter, my oldest daughter that lives here, she bought me Chipotle for dinner tonight. She was going to Chipotle. She's like, Mama, it's my treat. And I was like, I'll take Chipotle when it's your treat, because Chipotle is expensive now. Anyway, while y'all thinking about, getting your readings. Anyway, so I go over there and I pick it up and everything. So thank God she went and got it before I got online. And I went to go pick it up. And I'm walking back, and on my way back, let me show you that. Now, I don't want nobody to freak out. For God's sake. I don't want nobody to freak out. Will this show this way? Okay, well, it's not exactly where I want it, but okay, this will do. This bug, don't freak out. This bug was closer to her. We live in these buildings that have like 4 apartments in each and building, and she's in the building next door. So this little bug, I'm walking down the sidewalk, and it flies out at me. And at first it startled me because I had never seen no bug look like that before. Like, what is that? So it flew up, and it didn't land on me. It just kind of followed me, and then I stopped, and then it landed. And I was like, okay. So then I started back walking again. I took another 2 steps, and it flew. It kept. Now it did it 3 times. It took me 3 times to figure out this joker was following me. I was like, oh, okay, baby. What is it that you want? And so I said, okay. So I took out my camera. Now, most insects, when you stop moving and the car comes by and everything, they don't just sit here waiting on you. They're going to fly off. Not him. My friend here stayed right there long enough for me to take my camera, my phone out of my pocket. Long enough, do you hear me, for me to take my phone out of my pocket and take this picture. So I put this in, well, of course, my friend ChatGPT, and I said, what is this? I said, what is this? Because I've never seen a bug like this before. An insect. I shouldn't call it a bug. That's not nice. It's almost like misgendering. And now it did not light up, but it looks like it could. It looks like it really could, and it might be. Yeah, wow, right? So what Chat told me? Chat told me this is a male dragonfly. I've never in my life seen a male dragonfly like this. And let me tell you the spiritual significance of the male dragonfly. Because I was like, okay, here we go. So, the spiritual significance. Dragonflies in general are deeply symbolic creatures across many spiritual traditions. They are often seen as messengers from the spirit world, bringers of clarity, transformation, and awakening. When it's a male dragonfly, specifically, the energy can be interpreted with a more yang or active essence, connected to outward expression, leadership, action, and initiation. Some of its core meanings: transformation and growth. Dragonflies live most of their life beneath the water before emerging and taking flight. This mirrors your own, because this is the theme also of my solar return. I want you all to understand that everything I'm about to read to you right now is also a theme, right, to my solar return. Oh, let me get rid of that. Where is the overlays? Okay, take this out. It's a theme to my solar return. So I'm going to put this over here so that it can be where it's supposed to be. There we go. It may be a sign that you are ready to live more fully in your truth unapologetically. Light and clarity. Dragonflies are associated with light, transparency, and vision. You may be called to see through illusion, embrace truth, or trust what your inner wisdom has been revealing. Number 3, divine masculine awakening. A male dragonfly may reflect balance or healing of masculine energy in yourself or in your relationships. This can involve reclaiming sacred confidence, direction and discernment, gentle authority, inspired action rather than force. Or for a spirit, there's 5, a spirit messenger or ally, the fact that it followed you until you noticed it could signify that it's a message or present. It's that a message or presence has been trying to get your attention. Your higher self, your guides, a loved one, which I've never had a loved one show up as a dragonfly. So I'm guessing it's higher self for my guides. And it's a signal that your path is being watched over and affirmed and time to take flight. If you've been in a reflective or incubation period, this may be the sign that it's time to emerge, be visible and act, not from urgency, but from alignment. So why am I telling you all of this? I mean, this is my own thing, situation. Why I'm telling you all this is because I've been going through, I'm just going to be completely, totally honest. I've been going through such a time over the last 2 to 3 months. It's really been an interesting time. And I've wondered, am I doing the right thing? I've wondered, is this the right... Kat, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you, Kat, so much for the birthday. Oh my God, thank you for the birthday gift. Thank you. Oh, thanks. You know what? I've been checking it out. I've been checking you out with the replays. I just haven't had a huge opportunity to pipe in, but thank you so much, Kat Nat Williams. I know I don't have many people here, but if you guys aren't following Kat, she was a lay law tuber, streaming a whole lot, and I know she's had an amazing opportunity. So she doesn't stream the live as much, as there's not really anything going on right now, but she's doing a recap of the YSL trial, and so I've been enjoying that. So please follow her over here on YouTube. Follow her on X too as well. I really enjoy her X, her tweets. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, okay. I get feedback. Wow, that's crazy. He's looking sexy for a fly. Yeah, he does. He looked real good, didn't he? Let me tell you. I've been going through this time period where I've been over here just kind of working and labbing and creating and doing all these things, and then just not really sure, is this really what I'm supposed to do? Because so much has completely slowed down, and I'm just like, oh. But then I keep going because I know this is what I'm meant to do. And I keep creating, and then I'm finally in this space where I feel like I need to both fully embrace the spirituals. And this is why I'm coming on here so much more now. And I'm like, I need to be here, and I need to be with people, and I need to work with people, and I need to be sure that people know that someone is here that loves and adores and appreciates them, and get back to some of that spiritual work that I was doing all the time, because it is very important. And then also be here for those that wish to, create kind of like the male aspect, right? The businesses. And no longer be apologetic in any way, shape, form, or fashion for doing both. And then at some point later on this year, Kat, you'll appreciate this, I'm going to finally go in and take the paralegal courses from, paralegal, the DC, Paralegal Institute of Washington, DC. I'm going to go in and take those paralegal courses because I've been wanting to do it. So why not? Right? So why not? So it is truly a time to be unapologetically me. And I want to put that out there to all of you. It is time for you to be unapologetically yourself. And I'm speaking that over all of you. And I am affirming that for all of you. If you've been wondering, like, why is it taking so long to do this? Why is it taking so long to do it? Why have I not gotten this? Why have I not gotten that? Let me tell you something. It's not that it is being denied. Justice delayed is not necessarily always justice denied. Sometimes, a lot of times, we're blocking it with our own limiting beliefs. A lot of times also, we're not ready to receive what we wish to achieve. Sometimes we're not ready to receive what we wish to achieve. And sometimes you got to get out your own way in order to make a way. So unapologetically, I'm going to be Heart of Inspiration, and I'm going to do the things that I've done. And then I'm opening up. Oh, you guys, let me show you this too. I love showing y'all stuff. It's so much fun. Let me see if I can go over here and grab it. Oh, here we go. Let me save this. I'm just letting y'all know what I'm doing. Okay. I am also opening up this because, people have been like, well, what do you do? I don't understand. Because I'm spiritual, yet I'm business, da 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 da. And people like, I don't get it. Right? They're like, I don't get it. So guess what, y'all? I decided I'm going to take Heart of Inspiration, and it's going to be what it is right now. But then I'm opening up the Coaching Innovation Society. Because that's really what I'm doing over there. I'm creating businesses for coaches and stuff like that, right? And I'm using AI, and I'm using all these innovations. So I'm creating that completely separate so that it makes sense. But I'm unapologetically a business strategist and an AI implementation mentor. Unapologetically. And I'm also unapologetic. I had a conversation with somebody earlier this week, and we were talking about everything from Christianity to charismatic Christianity to evangelical fundamentalists to spiritualists to mediums to everything. And I was just kind of looking at him, and he mentioned, going to a spiritualist church for a while, and having worked with mediums. And he was like, are you familiar? And I was just like, do I tell him that I'm a medium? Well, I did. I did tell him. You know why? Because I'm unapologetically me. And he was like, really? That's so cool. He didn't freak out. He didn't freak out. He didn't freak out. He didn't freak out. And it felt so good to not have him freak out. And it felt so good to say, yeah, I'm a medium. So anyway, more unapologetically me. I put this link in the chat. If you guys have been looking to create your own coaching business, or if you know someone else that has, guide them to this weekend. It's $97. And anybody that's worked with me knows my workbooks are on point, and it got even better. I've been writing very good, succinct, very wonderful AI prompts that get us exactly what we want, helping people just to kind of guide through human intelligence, of course, and strategy as well. We've been thinking about educational, transformational businesses. This has come. And if you know somebody, it might not be you, that's totally fine. Give them the link. Do you mind? niche.aicoachbuild.com. And that's unapologetic. I got to do this. We got to pay the bills, right? And then I will be in New York City, August the 6th, 7th, and the 8th for the VIP, for the AI Coach Bootcamp 2025. I will be here in Greensboro, August 2nd and 3rd, and then 4th in the evening. That's a Monday. But I think I'm going to make that virtual only. So virtually the first weekend of August, and I think I'm also going to make that a lower price. And then in person in New York City, in Manhattan. Okay. Go to www.aicoachbuild.com. You can sign up for either one. That's where I'm launching my entire program, start to finish. We start you off, you sit down, you fill out some information, we get to gather some stuff. And if you come to the $97 weekend this weekend, because this early bird ends soon, I'm going to give you $200 off of this, because early bird's ending soon. And if you come this weekend, I'll also give you an extra month of the CRM we're launching. But this weekend, or these 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, you can get everything done start to finish. Your niche, who you should market to, who's your ideal client, what they really want, what are their most important issues right now, how do they want to consume that information, how much are they willing to pay for it? How much are they willing to pay for it? And then we brand you, and then that coach, the Coaching Innovation Society that I put up here, I know it doesn't, but this whole icon was created by AI. It really wasn't hard. The rest of it done in Canva. We'll teach you your messaging, all of this stuff. You'll have a landing page, all of it, by the time you get done. And if you don't want to coach with me anymore afterwards, it's fine, but at least I know that we've helped build your business. Okay? At least I know that we've helped build your business. So, unapologetically me. Look at the male dragonfly. The other thing I have to say is, let me be honest with you, don't if you're like going along and all of a sudden like a cat follows you, or a dog, or a dragonfly, and you freak out at first because it doesn't look like any normal insect you've ever seen in your life, look these things up. Look these things up. What else do we want to talk about? What else do we want to talk about? Get home and talk about the TD Jake situation. Well, I talked a little bit about that. Y'all, what else? Y'all, okay, we just gonna talk. Did y'all see that what is this child's name? Chip. Yup. Did y'all see this? Hold on. Where is the... Oh, that's Reddit. I don't want that. Did y'all see this? Hold on. I got to share this with y'all, because when I saw all of this, and listen, we're gonna talk about this, and I hadn't planned on talking about it, but we're gonna talk about this. I should put it in the title. Did y'all see this with Chip and Joanna Gaines? Child, these people are going crazy. Like, when I tell you, I'm gonna change the title to this. Hold on. I'm going to change the title. Let me move this over here so I could update the title. Ooh. Birthday tarot readings. Chip and Joanna Gaines. Getting booted. Controversy. Okay. Let me say that. Because, baby, these people done gone crazy. Okay. Let's talk about it. Chip and Joanna Gaines put a gay couple on their new show and all hell broke loose. Ooh, I shouldn't laugh so hard. But when I tell you the level of hatred, vitriol I have seen spewing from fundamentalists and other Christians, baby, the right and evangelical Christians have turned on the HGTV superstar. In the HGTV universe, let me blow this up. I shouldn't laugh this hard. I really shouldn't laugh at these people's people being upset with them. But honey, this is just like y'all will find anything to be upset about. The HGTV universe controversy doesn't typically come knocking. Home renovation shows tend to follow a simple structure wherein an outdated space is transformed. After some budgetary or building bumps, leaving the homeowners happy, and the pair of tool belt toting hosts, it's almost always pair, primed to take on next week's project. It's comfort TV, where the formula is as blandly pleasing as the decor. So color us all surprised. Baby, I was surprised. I was shooketh and shocked to learn that the two biggest and most powerful stars to emerge from the world of HGTV, Chip and Joanna Gaines, have suddenly found themselves embroiled in a good old Christian backlash. Why? Because they broke their traditional mold, however slightly, by doing something that far-right religious bigots apparently cannot tolerate, acknowledge the existence of LGBTQ plus people. But while some of you may feel like that's not a big deal, it's actually an unexpected one if you know anything about the Gaines' lore. So here's our best attempt. Yada, yada, skippy. I'm not trying to listen. I'm a middle-aged, this person in writing it says, I'm a middle-aged straight guy. I know nothing about these people and I've never experienced the joy that is watching Joanna Gaines use her oversized vintage clocks or old repurposed shutters as wall decor. This is the basic gist of it, okay? We all know that they've been very openly Christian. I got no problems with that. So this particular, their new show, what is their new show? I don't know, whatever their new show is. They had a gay couple and they redid their home. They redid a gay couple's home. They had never done same-sex couples ever on Fixer Upper. Okay? Now, HGTV, of course, does not discriminate against LGBTQ. They never, the Gaines never had they had very few people with melanin or high melanin content either. I didn't necessarily have any problem one way or other with them. I mean, they were what they were. It is what it is, whatever. So anyway, there was been accusations of bigotry that clearly upset the Gaines. A month after the BuzzFeed story about the fact that they had never had a same-sex couple, Chip wrote a blog post where he called on readers to engage with people different from them and stated that neither he nor Joanna focused on a person's sexual orientation, gender, faith, or politics. And years later, then in the 2021 interview, Joanna also became tearful when defending the couple from claims of anti-LGBTQ bigotry and racism. Because, like I said, they really hadn't had people that, would look like this. But she said that's what kept her up. So evidently, in a new thing, they new show, Back to the Frontier. Back to the Frontier, Mr. Jason Hanna and Mr. Joe Riggs and their two twin sons was on their new show. Participating in what was dubbed a social experiment filmed on the grassy plains of Calgary last year, the Hanna Riggs family is one of three to spend the summer living as if they were back in the 1880s without technology or other conveniences. When I tell you the people have been having controversy, Christian outlets. Let me see. Face Christian backlash. I'm trying to find one of them that, because what he said in one of them. Chip been cracking me up. Chip addresses backlash over Magnolia Network reality series featuring gay couple love one another. It's not difficult. See Billy Graham running around here talking about it was disappointing that Chip and Joanna had these people on there, the gay couple on there. Oh, this is just this is cracking me. I don't know why this is making me laugh. So Lord forgive me, because this is really making me laugh. I should not, but it's funny. Blah 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 blah. Another social media user who claims to be Christian and cites 1 Peter 3:15 in their bio questions Chip for promoting homosexuality, to which the Magnolia Network founder replied by citing the biblical verse, "But in your hearts revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have, but do this with gentleness and respect." I really felt the hope and gentleness and respect here, Chip said. When the anti-gay user noted that Chip tried to use the quote against him, Chip replied, "Hi, I didn't try to use it against you. I did use it against you. It's pretty weird to have a life verse that has a specific messaging and instruction that you don't even come close to applying. But it does seem like you like to have the attention, so enjoy." Babe, when I tell you Chip has been cracking me up. He's been telling people basically to kiss my grits. And I thought it was hilarious. Hilarious. Hold on. What is y'all talking about? I want to talk about Chip. Because Chip and... Oh. Okay, hang on. Comey was fired today. Oh. No, I did not. I guess we're just going to do today in the news, huh? We're going to do today in the news. I just need to do readings and headlines. If anybody want to read it, let me know while I'm here, because we're just talking ish. You know how, like I said, you know how I do. I will talk my ish. I got no problems with that. Hang on, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Y'all want? Thank you, Deshaun. Yep, yes, sir. Let me get on your reading, child. You are on it. Remove the. I said remove it. Stop screen. Okay, let me share this screen. Let's look at the Comey being fired. Okay, we're going to talk about this. Okay. I had the current comment. Okay, here we go. Maureen Comey, daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, was fat. Ooh. Ooh, I'm not finna laugh. That's not nice. Ooh. That needed to be alcohol. That is completely only apple juice. Daughter of former FBI Director James Comey was fired from her position as a federal prosecutor in the Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office within the Department of Justice. She recently led the prosecution in the Sean Diddy Combs case and also worked on the Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell cases. The reason for her termination has not been officially disclosed, but it comes after the acquittal of one Sean Diddy Combs on trafficking and racketeering. Let me tell you something. Is there going to be a video? I don't want the video. I don't want the video. I just want to read. Well, let's see what the Guardian got to say. I said very openly, honestly, I said it. I'll say it again. I'll say it 15 million times. Ooh, she looked just like her daddy. That ain't what I said, but she do look just like her daddy, don't she? She do look, listen, I wasn't finna say that, Teresa, so I'm glad you said it. I did not say that. That was Teresa that said this comment down here, okay? That wasn't me. All right. She looked just like her daddy. Anyway, I said all over the Twitters and anywhere else that people would listen to me, that case was lost by ineffectual prosecution. Ineffective prosecution. Them people did not pay no attention to how to properly prosecute that case. She do look like her daddy. I'm not lying. She looked just like her daddy. I'll put a picture of her daddy so y'all can see. You should have realized what was going on with Cassie. First of all, I don't know, with the people that they had that they brought up there, they probably never should have brought the case. Especially when you had already interviewed the man that's suing Cassie now. You interviewed him, so you knew he was out there. So you knew that there was a potential that she could be seriously, her credibility could seriously be put into question, especially once you had all of the text messages and so on and so forth. Y'all thought that y'all was going to be able to convict him of racketeering, which how one person racketeers, how is that a conspiracy? How is that a RICO? You still, common sense just says that ain't gonna work. And the legal and and to me they're bending with what RICO really is anyway to fit their narrative and what they want to do. And I'm not saying that Diddy isn't guilty of those things. I'm saying they didn't prove it in a court of law according to legal standard. So listen, how you lost this and how you lost this so unceremoniously. I'm not looking for nobody to lose their job, but baby, let me tell you something. No ma'am, no sir. The Justice Department, let me put this bigger again, has fired Maureen Comey, daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, and a prosecutor in federal cases against Sean Diddy Combs, Jeffrey Epstein, two people familiar with the matter. They didn't even mention Ghislaine. Community Matter told Associated Press on Wednesday there was no specific reason given for her firing from the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York, according to one of the people who spoke to AP on the condition of anonymity to discuss personal Personnel matters, the Justice Department said Comey did not immediately respond. Her termination comes shortly after she prosecuted Comey, who was acquitted of you know what and you know what. The rapper was convicted of lesser prostitution-related trials. I'm going to tell you something now. This might be a hot take. But let's also talk about, can we talk about the fact, can we talk about the, she do look like her daddy. Y'all thought I was lying. Can we talk about the fact, are y'all ready for this? Is y'all ready for this? I started mentioning this yesterday. Y'all go back, and I should probably edit some of this stuff. If anyone wants to help me edit some video, please let me know. Because this transit that we're in, and I know not all y'all are here for the astrology, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. The transit that we're in, and we're gonna be in for a hot, long minute, 7 or so years, 8.5 years, with Uranus in Gemini, means radical, not only just radical changes with how communication happens, but also people wanting to radically change. This is some part I didn't say yesterday. Radically change the narrative to fit their wavering this way and that way, how the damn wind blows. And that's not just the current president. That's anybody and everybody. That has power and that is not wielding that power with any level of integrity or honesty. Now, I'm not saying the president is not wielding his power, integrity, and honesty in totality. I'm not saying that. I would not say that. I'm just saying when it comes to this Epstein situation, bruh, I'm calling you to the carpet. You're lying and the truth ain't in you. Stop pissing around on everybody and telling us all it's raining. You ran 3 times. 3 times. And said all 3 times, to lesser degrees of certainty, I might add, and with lesser degrees of vim and vigor, that you were going to release all these Epstein files. That you was going to release. And matter of fact, in 2015, you said that Mr. Clinton, ex-president, former President Clinton, was going to potentially have a problem because of this island and the disgusting things that happened on the island. Then the man get arrested under your watch and under your DOJ, ceases to have an incarnation on this earth, supposedly, allegedly. Some people say he's still here, alive, just in hiding. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. I wasn't there. I can't tell you. And then all through the Biden years, you still hollering about that. Oh, we're going to release the files. Oh, we're going to release the files. And you keep hollering about that before you got reelected. Oh, we're going to release the files. Now you got Blondie over there hollering about, oh, the files is on my desk. Okay. Well, where is they? Oh, we gave these binders to these people. That was too stupid to realize everything but in the binders we had already been seeing. I've probably been privy to more information from time to time, allegedly, potentially, that people made up. But all that stuff is out there. And now you're going to say, oh, there's no list. You're going to put out a video, and if this is the status of our Department of Justice, of our FBI, of any of the clandestine 3-letter agencies, that they can't even manipulate mother trucking metadata so that we can't know that you literally massively edited a video with Adobe Premiere. If that is the status and the capabilities of our clandestine covert operations, we're in big trouble. we're in big trouble. Because I'm pretty sure that you can go find a ninja in the street that can manipulate the metadata. Pretty sure. Pert near sure. Mm-hmm. So I think that her being let go has more to do with those files. And I'm pretty sure that her being let go may have more to do, because they say that the majority of this information is in the SDNY where she was located, Southern District of New York, that the AUSAs have them there. So my guess is she was let go because she did a very piss poor job of covering her tracks. That's my guess. Now, y'all, I mean, I think it has less to do with Diddy, because they'll take the Diddy thing. I mean, the Diddy embarrassment is the Diddy embarrassment. What's going to happen at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? The man, I don't know if this judge is going to be an activist judge and try to, throw the book as much as he can. They didn't give him, I mean, the worst he could give him really is 2 consecutive terms of 10 years each, which would be overturned on immediately on appeal, because, I mean, he has no solid criminal record. There's always, I mean, we have the tape, but he wasn't prosecuted for that. Anyway, it was a show trial. Yeah, so here we go. What'd you say? Even if there was RICO, it's not fair to only charge one person. Absolutely, but RICO never even entered into the building. They could never prove that was an actual criminal enterprise that existed solely for the purpose of doing freak-offs. Like, there was no freak-off travel agency. There was no freak-off event planning department. There was no freak-off, like, what are you talking about? Okay, so his personal assistant booked this flight, or his girlfriend at the time, however you want to frame it. And I'm not saying that Cassie wasn't a victim. I'm just talking straight legal. Right? Like, how you going to say that? I don't get it. The one with stuff to seize, of course, right? They're basically, they were, and they honestly thought, because they had the videotapes, and they honestly thought, because he had such a horrible reputation, that they were going to get a jury that was just going to convict him because he whooped on Cassie. What has hurt prosecutions all over this country, and I think federally as well, what has hurt prosecutors, and I think liberated us, another hot take, liberated us, maybe not, and made prosecutors now actually have to earn their keep, is the fact that people like Kat here, people like Kat, stream sponsor Kat, Deshaun is also a stream sponsor as well. But Kat, like, people like her that publicly stream these trials, like AV to the Seventh Power. I'm trying to think of our other Classy Beats will stream these as well. Oh my gosh, Woke Christian, is that Woke Christian? So all these people, I'm really trying to name our Black creators that do these things. There's plenty of others that do as well, but I'm trying to name our Black creators that do. So I want y'all to check them out, please. When they publicly stream trials start to finish, and we see the tomfoolery and the effery that these prosecutors attempt, and then we get, because then from some lay law tubers like Kat, and then some law tubers who have gotten their JD, like AV to the Seventh Power, we then get from them, right, an insight into what the law really states, and then we go to looking it up, and then we read it for ourselves. Well, that stops them from being able to do. Then now you have an informed jury. See, before you only had a jury that never really understood. You had jury pools that didn't understand the law, and we weren't well versed in it. But now we have this going on in the background, and we gonna look up. Well, what is U.S.? What is Georgia? We're gonna look it up. So if you ever call me for a jury trial, baby, you better best believe I'm gonna look up what the charges are before I ever get there. Because what you're not fixing to do is you're not fixing to tell me this is the law and I ain't read it. All I'm saying is I can't wait to get in my legal circles at work tomorrow. I bet you can't. I wish I could be there. Yes, we'll be talking about it. Yeah, I need to get on X and see who's going to talk about it. Okay. Um, they were definitely hacking, manipulating, doing whatever they could whenever they want in the system of this data. Absolutely. When what they'll say is those women was a part of Diddy's strong guns of orgies and the other. But the thing is they couldn't prove it. Extravagant. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's keep going here. I think Diddy Tapes got all the celebrities, including. I don't think Trump was at a Diddy party. This is what I think. I don't even honestly, just seeing with the type of women Trump goes for, he does not go for very young looking girls. Like his wives have all been a little bit older looking, and that's no shade. They've all been beautiful. I think that there are people that are friends with him. I think there are other leaders of the free world, so to speak, free, not free world. And I think that he knows full well that it's basically mutual destruction. So he could release it, but there's going to be so many names and so many people, and we still, even though cancel culture is ending, we still know we're going to dig. We're going to make sure that you're not a PDF file. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure. So I think that there are other world leaders in other countries. And can you imagine the uproar if it were really found out that Epstein, or confirmed, the conspiracy theory confirmed that Epstein was really a Mossad agent because Ghislaine Maxwell's daddy was Mossad. Anyway, okay. I forgot about Luigi. I think Luigi finna get off. I think Luigi's finna get off. I don't think he did it. Is she a Diddy lawyer too? Agnifalo's what? Agnifalo, boy, them people be making money. What else did I miss? I missed something else up in here. Oh, that's what I was talking about. House Hunters is not one of, back to Chip and Joanna. House Hunters is not one of their shows. House Hunters is somebody else. Chip and Joanna have been doing this Magnolia, blah, blah, blah. If you've been in Target, there's a Magnolia Drive or Magnolia something. Anyway, in the center of all of like the house stuff, that's Chip and Joanna Gaines. That should have been their first clue. The good Christian folk, when they was all up and through Target. Why you not wanting to be all up and through Target? Anyway, it's 2025. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all really gotta stop. We gotta stop. We gotta stop. They had LGBT on my lottery drink. Yeah, but they're not. Those people aren't like Chip and Joanna have been like so openly Christian for so long. Okay. Yeah, they make us some money. They make us some money. I'm actually shocked I haven't seen Joe Tacopina on another case recently. Deshaun, you ready for your reading, baby? Let me give you your reading, honey. Let me go back over here. Let's see if you told me what you wanted. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you... Where did that song come from in my head, child? Where did that come from? Ooh-wee. Y'all know that y'all songs from the 90s and 2000s, they're old school. I say y'all because that really wasn't my era. My era was like the 80s and the early to mid 90s. I look at y'all millennials and y'all was really late 90s to 2000. So I guess I'll take it all the way up to 2000. But I don't claim late 90s music. That's to me y'all's. But y'all stuff is now the Dusties. You know, it's 25 years old. I'd be laughing at y'all. Oh, that's right. Taco Pina is representing Wendy. We need to check on that. We need to check on, and he's been real quiet since he's been representing Wendy. Not that you can say as much. Hey to everybody over there on Insta. I'm so sorry. We ended up talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. How y'all doing over there? We're still doing readings. I have one more reading to do yet this evening. If y'all want a reading over here on Insta, let me know. If not, we might still talk about some of the current events like I like to. I think I might need to go on tomorrow night and talk about some current events. Okay. Deshaun, do you want a general reading? Hello, Inspire Coach. Fats, Magoria, Gypsy Queen. If you guys have any yes or no questions, you also can add them in and I will answer. We're connected to the Luigi. They sure did end up in there, didn't we? Okay, Deshaun. General reading. Okay. Oh, Deshaun, I don't typically do health reads. I will give you that health. I will give you that answer. I'm not going to give that to you online. I will give you that answer in like Insta or TikTok. You tell me where you want to give it to you. All right. But I'm not going to give that. I don't do health. I typically don't do health readings in alive. That can get me in a lot of trouble. Okay, let me we're going to get a couple oracles for Deshaun because Deshaun has been very generous with the birthday gifts today. I really appreciate it so much. Okay, I'll probably send you a voice note in Insta. Okay, we have Stop, Drop, and Ground, Deshaun. Stop, Drop, and Ground. I love that card. That's beautiful. And I've never seen these two cards either. And then we also have What's Your Honest Truth? What's your honest truth? Okay, Stop, Drop, and Ground. Let's see what that one is. That's number 31. Over here on Instagram, just so you guys know, you guys can ask any question that you'd like. Yes or no questions are free. And then if you want to know how to send over payment for a reading tonight, where are we at? My God, today. Oh, I know. It's down here. Let me go over here. I'm going to read this real quick, dear. 1 second. Un momento, por favor. Okay. All right, here we go. Stop, Drop, and Ground. Oh, this is a small book. Okay. How long has it been since you gave yourself a moment to pause, Deshaun? Just for the joy of it? If you've been caught up in the hustle or feeling anxious or stressed about the future, it's time for a pause. Full stop. It's time to ground yourself with self-love. Drop onto your yoga mat. Drop in on movie night with family, or drop into laughter with your besties. Seriously, your soul is asking for this. And while stopping and dropping can feel drastic, especially if you've been on the hamster wheel of busy for a while, it's also perfect medicine for the resetting and realigning of your goals with the path you're on. If you're taking on unnecessary work that feels soul sucking, you need to stop. If you're repeatedly worrying about metrics, relationships, or money, you need to stop. Ruminate with Rumi instead. Grab a tea and play hooky from your to do list for a while. Know that you are deserving of this sacred pause. Stop, drop, and ground isn't about sticking your head in the sand and pretending that everything is wonderful when it's not. It's about chanting positive mantras when you honestly feel like muck inside. It's about finding the real happy wherever you are. It's about actively pursuing grounded presence today while remembering that it doesn't have to be perfect to be blissful. I love that. And then what is your honest truth? Let's look for that. We hold on to many layers of truths we learned from our parents, the ones we've learned during lived experiences, and the ones that our ego holds on to in order to lovingly protect us from the world. You've outgrown a layer, and it's time to do some shedding in order to curate the best framework for your future. At the base of all your learned truths lies a different sort of truth, an underlying true essence. And this core foundation is refusing to be quieted or ignored any longer. You will hear it clearly now, as an old truth has become too small for your expanding life. Perhaps a soul purpose, a sacred contract, or a destiny is unveiling your trust, your truest truth, or your honest truth. Perhaps it's reminding you now that you are here for a reason. When you strip it all down to the soul, what work are you being called to do? And why are you here at this time? All right. So it sounds to me, plus you asked me about the magician. So it sounds to me like you're being asked to ground a bit so that you can honestly manifest your truth. But sometimes we can't manifest a truth that we can't hear. We can't manifest a truth that we can't hear. Okay? Thank you, Christina. And so that stop, it would help if I have this right. That stop, drop, and ground is just as much about being able to stop, drop, ground so that the antenna is grounded, right? So that the antenna, what in the world? Oh, I know what I did. Oh my goodness, can't believe I did that. Okay, so now I got reversals. All right. But we don't do reversals, so we're going to turn them right back around because I don't like that. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. You can't manifest our truth. Yes. You have to tap into it. And that's why the grounding comes into play, because it's easier to hear. You know, we've spent so much, this is for everybody. We spend so much time developing our spiritual hearing, right? You know, we want to develop our spiritual gifts. We want to develop our intuition. We want to develop this, that, and fifth. And we don't spend enough time developing our lower three chakras or grounding or developing the human self so that the human self feels safe enough so that you can clearly hear what the higher self is saying. Because as long as the human self doesn't feel safe, secure, taken care of, and adhered to, you're not going to be able to hear clearly from the outer realm. Does that make sense? You're not going to be able to hear clearly from the outer realm while you are not feeling safe on the inside at your core. Because your lower three-dimensional self cannot accept anything from the higher self and bring it into manifest, bring it into fruition, bring it into physical status, if it doesn't feel safe enough and doesn't feel deserving enough and it doesn't feel ready to hold on to that truth and actually birth it into the earth. Nine of Wands. This is a definite stand your ground. The Nine of Wands is a stand your ground. The Nine of Wands is you've already gotten the communication and you travel to a place with the Eight of Wands. Now the Nine of Wands is that ace, so that new light that you have based on what you just experienced and what you just heard and what you just downloaded. Now here I'm planting my light and I'm going straight forward. Because remember, the Ten of Wands then, right, is unloading yourself from everybody else's burden. So now you've gotten the message and you travel the distance and you've gotten the download. Now you stake your claim and say, I am taking the inspired action to not take on anybody else's crap. And when you do that, the wheel then turns in your favor when you stand your ground. The wheel's already been turning in your favor, so stop acting like it hasn't. Oop, I don't know where that is, but where that came from. But the wheel's turning in your favor. It's just not turning in the way that you thought it was going to turn. That's okay, because at the end of it, you'll see why you were taken on the journey and the path that you were. You can't see it right now because you're not close enough to the end. And you're also not ready because you need a little bit more of that grounding, right? You gotta get back into your human and honor your human. Here we go, Eight of Pentacles. You're working very hard, and the universe wants you to know that you are heralded. You are proud. People, ancestors, angels, God's proud of you. Proud of you for not giving up. Proud of you for saying, I got to do what I got to do, even if I don't want to do it. Proud of you for all the work. Proud of you for all the healing. Proud of you for being open to new ideas and new ways of thinking. Page of Swords. Continue to change and evolve and to look at things through new eyes as if you were a child learning it for the first time. It is so appreciated that that's how you look at life. And that you're open to learning and to taking on new ideas and new perspectives. Next thing, Tower, you come through a mighty big shakeup. A mighty big shakeup. But the universe also is here to tell you that the time of shaking is over. Now it's time to review all that you've learned during this time of shaking, Four of Cups. Now it's time for you to contemplate and think and internalize and integrate all of the lessons. And learn them from an energetic and a practical point of view as well, because every lesson has been both. There is always a yang to the yin. There is always a 3D to the 5D. There's always a male to the female. There's always a manifested energy, because male energy is an energy of grounded logic and order and structure. Female energy can have order and structure, but it's a different type, right? And so we are very much birth life holders and life incubators and birthers, and then the male energy comes in and kind of brings more order and structure to the rearing and how that child is being brought up. That energy exists in all of us, both male and female. Made he them. Made they them, actually. Anyway, but sometimes for men, it's a little bit harder to tap into that birthing energy because you lean so much into the logic. So with this Four of Cups, it's definitely water. So we've already gone through this massive shakeup, right? We've dealt with the massive shakeup. So now we want to feel and flow in the energy, but you don't want to let the energy just kind of flow all the way out. You want to hold on to it and say, okay, bathe in it. And this is what I'm to learn energetically, and then bring it into the ground it into the earth so that it's integrated into your being, right? Yeah, feminine, masculine, exactly. The divine feminine, divine man. Sometimes you define your own divine energy within yourself. Yes, that defines yourself, because a lot of people live vicariously through the next generation. Absolutely, but this is now, that's part of the inner child healing, right? They put things on us. Now we gotta shake off, and I talk about that with Gen X mamas all the time. But however, victory is on. It's actually, I feel like victory has already come. It's just showing up, and it's unfolding, and it's opening like a beautiful flower. So I want you to once to make the decision. You have a lot of fire energy here. You have a lot of fire energy here. So this is telling me it's time for you to really get into action and remain in action and be inspired. That's the thing that I'm hearing. Be inspired, because the dark days are behind and it's only bright days ahead. Not that your way is going to be perfectly easy without any obstacles and stones and this and that, but it's going to be so much easier for you to maneuver through it, Deshawn, because you've been through so much already. There's not much more that can be thrown at you than what already has. Okay? That old chapter is ending. It is done. The world, it is over. I told you that with the tower, whatever could be shaken has, honey, it ain't no more to shake, sugar. Now it's time to rejoice. Now it's time to rejoice. Now it's time to celebrate. Now it's time to celebrate the newness. Now it's time to celebrate the new chapter. Now it's time to celebrate. Okay? Now it's time for celebration. Bathe in the energy. Yes. Just let it. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's on the bottom of the deck for you? This time, this Five of Cups time of being overwhelmed by emotion and energy, this time of confusion, Two of Swords, is giving way to a beautiful partnership with Source. I'm not saying this is love life, but this is love life with self. This is being in love with self. It's being in love with Source. It's being in love and in a perfect divine union of spirit and truth. And here we are with the Ten of Swords. All this, everybody talking about you and doing you wrong and gossiping and stuff, that time is over. You are now the King of Pentacles. You have moved into this space where you are the ruler of your, listen, there's management, there's business, there's money, there's finances. All of this it's here. You're just going to start moving in it now in a real way, okay? More invention, and also, follow the ideas and inspirations that you have, because this is the brightest of days. You're entering into such a beautiful high manifestation season in your life. You are the magician. Absolutely. Absolutely. Full stop. All right, gang. Well, we've been on for a couple hours. Is there anyone? Let me make one more check, because if nobody else is on here. Okay. All right. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to sign up for the night. Huh? Use the magician card, and then it came where I'm the magician. Absolutely. Oh, I thank you. I love it too. I really did miss doing this. I'm not sure what time we're going to get on tomorrow because I do have my mastermind in classes in the morning and in the evening. But I got to find some time to get on during the day. If not, we'll get on Friday night. Um, there's a lot in the news we have to talk about, isn't there, guys? The readings are 10 for 5 cards in an oracle and 20 for 10 cards and an oracle. And here you go. Or what, I started to say love offering. But I really would have been talking about, we really would have been going back down to our old days, wouldn't we, Mr. Jace? If I was like, love offerings. Child. Here, I have to reset this deck because I messed around there. Okay, Mr. Jace, I got you. I was about to sign it on off too. Okay. Make sure I've got this. I have to reset this deck. I done messed around there and did all kinds of shenanigans and tomfooleries with it. Okay, here we go, Mr. Jace. Do you want a general? Okay, yep, you already said it. I don't even know why I bothered. Where'd you go? You probably didn't even hear what I said about you, did you? That's why you ain't cussed me out yet. I gave this whole tribute. Ooh, okay, here we go. All right. Go back over here to the Instagrams. Okay. Hey, Papo G, Pace. Oh, Spiritual Gangsters over there. Hey, girl. And Merv Cat, hello, hello. Okay, here we go. Let's get you, Jace. Let's get you. All right. Oh, got it. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Your sister's gonna be mad, Christina, that I didn't make a huge announcement on Instagram. I don't know how to make an announcement that I'm about to go live. Okay, let me get. Oop, don't start that. Let me get a Sacred Creator. So, by the way, guys, we are using the Sacred Creator Oracle deck. My favorite one. Ooh. I love that I'm getting cards I never get. Integrate your knowing. That's your card, Jace. Integrate your knowing. Okay. Oh. What up if I looked at the right one, wouldn't it? I should have grabbed me my readers for these little cards right here. Integrate your knowing. You are a spiritual being with, that's interesting. You're a spiritual being with animal instincts and the resources inside you to totally rock this life. Integrate all of your wisdom as you navigate your current situation. The fox has many traits that guide his joyful life. He's clever and cunning, aloof yet adorable, instinctual, wise, and creative. And he calls upon all of these diverse aspects of self to calibrate his inner guidance system. He lives and moves as a whole being, and that is where his magic lies. Your wholeness will be more compelling than any one aspect of you. Your answer lies in adding your options together and in making something new out of them. There is no need to pick a single alternative, nor to niche and focus on one tiny aspect of who you are. Your pure, integrated essence radiates magic like nothing else does. It's time to infuse your book knowledge with your situation anew, refusing to fixate on past negative memories and choosing to focus on present possibilities. Spending time in quiet reflection will allow you to really hear what your whole heart advises. The interesting thing is that when I first read that, I saw a panther. So the Black Panther is seen as a powerful symbol with rich spiritual meaning. It embodies strength, courage, and protection, often representing the ability to navigate darkness and embrace one's shadow self. Panthers also symbolize intuition, grace, and the power of transformation. So it's positives, strength, and power. Panthers are apex predators, symbolizing their inner strength, confidence, and the ability to overcome challenges. Protection, they are often seen as guardians, offering protection and guidance, especially during times of change or transition. Intuition and mystery, their keen senses and ability to move silently in the dark represents heightened intuition and the ability to see beyond illusions. Transformation and rebirth, Panthers can symbolize embracing change. Panthers can symbolize embracing change and recognizing that growth often comes from confronting hidden aspects of oneself. They're good luck. They symbolize freedom. And Black Panthers in particular can represent strong, graceful, and confident feminine or divine feminine energy. So I would continue to think about that because I literally saw you as a panther. Like that, when we were talking about animal instincts, I just saw like a panther as your spirit, as your animal totem. So we're going to get 5 cards for you, Jace, okay? Let me do this. I have to put my Palo Santo away. I started burning Palo Santo, like the powder, over charcoal, like in a cauldron or something, rather than just the stick. I mean, I just saw a Palo Santo stick. I had it, but sometimes the Palo Santo sticks don't actually they don't burn a long time. But man, if you can get that Palo Santo powder, like from a metaphysical store, or I imagine you could probably buy it on Amazon, it lasts a while. Like the incense, just so you guys know. Anyway. I don't know why. Somebody needed to hear that. Okay, let me get 5 cards for Jace, please. Let me get 5 cards. Okay, that helps. Jace, I don't know why you know what? I'm gonna keep pulling these cards about these partners until this man finally decides he wants to show up. Because he's playing games. This partner need to show up. And he really need to ooh. If this ain't one of the most faded readings I've ever given you. Ooh, okay, here we go. What is this about? The Lovers. So, typically partnership, yes. But this also could also mean to me how sometimes it's difficult sometimes for some of us to accept true partnership. especially from unusual places. And I just feel like this is going to give you a partnership from an unusual place. And also for you to embrace I don't normally look these cards up, but for you to embrace your dual nature and not take the empathic side, not that you take it lightly or that you think it's a weakness, but it's going to need to take a little bit more center stage so that you can intuitively feel your way through some things and flow in a way like you're already doing it. But there's the next level of flow that's going to move you into circles faster than you had anticipated before. So there's a choice, dualities, harmony, a lover or romantic relationship, deep friendship, unity, choosing to allow yourself to fall in love, also creating healthy boundaries and soulmates. Embracing, there's going to be an opportunity very soon that someone in a higher position is going to want to work and partner with you. And you need to know, love, and trust yourself enough that you know that you not only can do it, but you should. Six of Cups, and they're going to be very balanced. So this is also asking you to be very balanced with your emotions. That's going to get tested and tried even more than it has been in recent history. Because you're going to have a level of jealousy. With elevation comes people always trying to tear you down. The gossip mongers are going to gossip, and they're going to keep up. They're going to keep it up because they want to try to tear you down. So you're going to have to avoid that. And this is where, I'm not even going to say avoiding, but this is also where really flowing in the intuition and then allowing yourself to be that balanced individual that just, and not just faking it to the outside world, but truly finding that balance within. Okay, taking that time. It's time for some more spiritual baths. It's time for some more spiritual baths. And also bringing your new four-legged friend around with you. Do some extra meditations, just like having certain, even if it's not meditation music, even if it's just music that calms your soul, that you just love, play that and let your four-legged friend be around with you and y'all just kind of dance and hang out. I'm just feeling like just allowing yourself to be balanced because you are the creator of your destiny. So definitely watch your words and watch your thoughts. I don't know if you were here earlier, but if you're having thoughts that are negative or concerning or anxious, I need you to write them down and then review them. Okay, write them down and then review them. And are they true? Well, if you don't even know that they're true now, then it's a worry that's not even true. And then just begin to, why do I feel this way? How? Why? And begin to let it go. You got to let it go, right? And work through the why and the how and why do I feel that this is true? What if it weren't true? And then turn it around, right? To being empowering. So just very much watch your thoughts. Life's, but it always doesn't have to life in a way that hurts. Yeah, balance is very much key. You're exactly where you're fated to be. I know this has been, because I know a little bit more than everybody else, right? So I know that things of late have been really tough. But believe it or not, you're exactly where you needed to be. You won't know until later why certain things have happened the way that they have. But it's going to become apparent. You're going to be saving money on something that the process gone through months ago when technically it should have, and it wouldn't have caused you so much concern. But had it gone through months ago, by the time it does finally go through, it's going to save you thousands of dollars. It's going to have saved you thousands of dollars based on certain economic factors. And you know what I'm talking about. You're exactly moving through life exactly the way that you're supposed to. The key now is to walk in the strength, the understated internal strength, soft like a lion, but also deadly. The lion cool as long as you're not either its prey, you didn't piss it off. When you walk in a room, you have an understated strength. It might feel overstated because of your stature, but there's also a gentleness to you that people can sense. That's that balance of yin and yang, right? You're going to need to exercise your strength a little bit, and you've been doing that. But when this partnership comes through, the reason why the partnership comes through is because they're going to see your balance, and then they're going to want to make something with you that's going to be life-changing, life-altering, and it'll be because that you were strong and wise enough to stand your ground, right? To stand your ground, to place the boundaries, to not let anything shake you or move you. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do, and you're in the place that you're supposed to be in. But definitely, it's time to integrate all aspects of self so that they are balanced and they come through. We're not asking you to speak in tongues at work. We're just saying that, listen, you have the gift of prophecy and the gift of sight for a reason. It's going to help you at work. Okay? It's going to help you everywhere. Got it? Okay. Ooh, this was fun. All right. Hey, Miriam. All right. I'm going to sign it on off, y'all. What y'all think? I'm going to sign it on off. We'll either be together tomorrow or Friday. If it's tomorrow, it's going to be during the day. And I feel like we need to catch up on current events. So there's probably going to be a lot of current events we're going to talk about. There's a lot going on within the church. There's a lot going on within the church, just within the church itself. There's even more people that are being showcased, and we're finding out their mistreatment of people, even more so, more and more every day, and then there's people that are being accused of things that shouldn't be. But also, let me tell you something. I'm not sure what this. There's just the matrix is crumbling all the same while it's fighting to be kept up. Yes, I know, but that's going to be fine. I'll call you when we're done here. All right, gang. All right, I'm going to get on off here. We're going to talk about current events again. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget to this Sunday from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern, live on Zoom, niche.aicoachbuild.com. You want to clarify niche, and we'll begin to clarify the offer. I'm going to use AI plus some other different ways of honing in on who it is you're really talking to, working with, wanting to work with, and how you really want to work with them, and how they want to be worked with. But when that's the precursor to this, so you'll get $200 off of this. Well, $100 off the virtual, but you'll get off of this, okay, as well as we're going to send you We're going to send you, by the way, if you come to the AI Bootcamp virtually on August 2nd and 3rd, I'll send you a gift card so you can buy your food. So, because in person it's going to be catered. And if you come and join me in NYC, it's going to be catered. We're going to be in downtown, in Manhattan, in Midtown. I can't wait. All day August 6th and 7th. That's a Wednesday and a Thursday. And then 2 hours on the 8th. So I'll be there in person. I don't think I'm doing that virtual, but we might. All right. All right. Wonderful. All right, gang. I'm going to let you go now. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Bye.